Round.
Round.
Chilling.
Just chilling. Yeah, same. I can because I have no shame. So, I guess we're good to go. Shrug.
Go ahead. I'm good.
Okay. So, after being unable to find the Hender dad, I don't know, when do you want this to take place, to be honest? Because
I mean, we have only a day or two before the next mission, so sometime in there.
yeah. Like,
he's gonna be pretty exhausted the day after, the morning after
Yeah.
day after.
Yeah.
So it's up to Nat whether she wants to do that or put more of another awkward day.
No, she will, basically, around, midday to 1 o'clock the next day, she will rock up at Henderson's house because, she's basically been awake the entire night because she slept. Kind of, except she didn't, but she kind of did. But, she no longer has a definitive sleep schedule anymore because almost dying will do that. So, she will be rocking up around about kind of like midday to 1 o'clock. Possibly avoiding potential like goop, if not like having cleaned it up. Because hey, that needs to be dealt with. Can't have people seeing that shit. And
I mean, there's a giant pile of dead hedge beasts over at Lizzie's place.
could,
there's
clean it up.
they're just
40 dead hedge beasts.
more, if not
No one
more. They're
goes
just
up there, so.
they're just gently smouldering. It's all right.
Oh, you mean out there? I thought you were talking about the goop pile in the hospital room.
No. Well,
Oh, that's its own thing. It's just kind of dribbling all over the place. It's all right.
That's River's fault.
Yep. River did nothing wrong. So, I take it Henderson will still be asleep at this time.
let me roll like a stamina. Well, I hope he's awake, I guess.
Who was
He's
still on the wait list?
Oh, I was still on the wait list. Sorry,
Me.
I thought you kicked me off.
You sprayed the wrong trash gremlin. So that's kind of a good. So that will kind of wrap on the letterbox, I guess.
Knock, knock, knock.
Yeah, a little bit. Oh Jesus.
So Henderson opens the door, stares at you a second, and then like I dart, and he's like, "What do you want, Natalie?"
To say sorry.
Okay. Easing door shut.
Wait, what?
Was it in her face?
As you slowly ease, Nat will like slowly lift up her hand and just sort of gently, slowly move to place it against the door. Until there's eventually a kind of a meet in the middle.
It's fine. We can just drop it.
No, it's not fine. I crossed serious boundaries with you that I shouldn't have, and it completely devalued and disrespected you as a person. And while I was lashing out, I basically didn't think about the consequences of my actions, or even if I was even in the right for doing them. And I made assumptions, and they were wrong. And I made them at the cost of you. And I never should have done that.
Okay. It's just maybe trust your teammates more than a Fae who you met once, whose name literally means sly.
Yeah.
When they say there's no secrets that need.
No. Yeah. I didn't really have a lot of faith in anybody that night.
Okay, then just drop it. Forget it.
As far as it's yours to keep. It's not my business. It's whatever
It's nothing.
That's fine. Whatever the nothing is, it's yours to deal with as you see fit. If that means you going it alone, fine. If that means you asking specific people for help, fine. It's yours to do with as you will.
It's not anything anyone can help me with. It's not even an issue. It'll never happen.
Okay.
Is that it?
You wanted the full reasons as to why I didn't say everything that needed to be said. I never really got around to saying them. So, as much as Finnegan told me certain things, I didn't know everything that was going on. I didn't know about how serious the blood soil situation at Liz's was, if that stuff even is blood soil. I don't actually even know what that is. Like, that was out of nowhere for me. I had no idea about that. Second thing is, I didn't tell everybody that part because I don't even think some of it is true myself. Coupling it with the fact that Finnegan wants both of them dead. Part of me can't help but feel like it's just a ploy for him to use as pawns. And I didn't want it to be true for both Arthur and for Liz's sake. And if you want, you can roll an empathy at that.
Okay.
She is not hiding this. There's a particular emphasis on Liz.
Okay.
Like, there's sort of much more hurt and care there. There's some for Arthur as well, but like this for Liz it runs deeper.
It's not the grave. Shut up, rude. Henderson's like, maybe, I guess those seemed like good reasons to you, but I still don't really understand the choice. You know, what if someone had found one of the holes a couple months ago, but but decided it was too dangerous for the rest of us to know, and we never reconstructed the pentagram, or
Yeah.
you know, we walked into the lighthouse knowing full well it was a trap.
Yeah. We did.
And you know, you keep being the one to stress for openness and sharing and revealing secrets, and I gave you the benefit. You're hiding some entire monster from us that supposedly will put us in danger if we know it. And then you're just, instead of leaving it to everyone to decide, you're just leaving it to yourself. And
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the right thing to do anymore, and
It's not. It never really was.
Are you going to tell us what's up with the markings on Arthur? Or whatever it is that supposedly
They're
going
not
to
all
endanger
self.
us just now?
They're not all self-inflicted.
And how do you know that?
Because not all of them are consistent. And some of them are in places that Arthur could not possibly physically reach.
Right. Well, okay, and now what about you? Actually, let me roll. Oh, okay. You've spoken to Arthur a lot, and
Yeah.
I feel like you still know more than that about it.
Yeah.
And you still haven't addressed this, whatever knowledge it is that supposedly is only a danger if you know it.
That's kind of why. Do you remember in Boston
What part?
when we went drinking together? I left for a short time.
Yes, that's when I figured it out.
Yeah. I had my first panic attack that night because I thought I had managed to trigger it by trying to talk the nature of it over with Guile in the hedge. Because I thought, hey, I can talk about it with someone who could potentially fight it off. Then maybe if I learn more, I can deal with it better. But it didn't really lead to anything. And there's a reason Arthur is paranoid, particularly about mirrors.
I didn't know he was.
Oh, well, yeah, he is.
I've barely spoken to Arthur since we came here. He kind of hates me.
Yeah, he kind of dislikes everybody. It's partly his personality, partly a defense mechanism. He is a living reminder of what I could turn into if what's going on with me and what I know goes on long enough.
Everything in this town is so terrible. It just seems like you're doomed to fail if you leave this to yourself, Natalie. You can't solve it by yourself. Every single thing we've done.
I know that. I'm not looking to solve it by myself. Not anymore.
Then you should tell the team in the next meeting what it is.
I can't tell you everything because of what happened with Arthur the last time he told somebody everything.
Did he survive it?
He did.
Ooh.
And you apparently survived him telling you.
He didn't tell me everything.
Well,
There's
you can
a-
tell us everything you know then, because it's safe. It's been proven safe because you're not dead and Arthur's not dead.
Safe? The last thing everybody else needs is a new wave of paranoia and the possibility of anxiety attacks, Henderson. I don't want to inflict that on anybody. That's not me being self-important or anything.
Maybe let other people decide whether they're willing to take that risk instead of deciding for us like you did last night.
God damn it, Henderson, why do you have to be so goddamn caring and selfless? Roll an empathy at that.
Okay. Burp.
That is struggling to keep it together right now.
Nerdily.
Like she is like a mess of positive and negative emotions at the moment.
I mean, do you want to roll empathy?
Yeah.
Well, Henderson's actually trying to keep it together, so 1 second. Burp. Oh! Well, I mean, Henderson is jittery for sure. Like, even though you've sidestepped sort of, like, he doesn't want to piss you off because he doesn't. You can tell he's being a little, like, he feels stronger, kind of, than he's letting on about this, but he's holding back.
He's being diplomatic.
Yeah.
But it's like fear holding back, not a
Yeah.
like.
Yeah. Maybe I don't want to see more people get hurt that I care about if I have the power to prevent it.
What happens if you die and Arthur dies? Does it end? Does whatever curse gets
I don't
passed
know.
down?
I don't know. I don't know what happens. That's...
So you might not be saving anyone, and maybe that's what it needs to, I don't, like, hatch or whatever.
There's far too much I don't know. And when I've tried to get Arthur, he won't tell me.
Maybe if you had a heart to help you, or I could research things as a spade.
I have an idea of what the thing is. But it's just a theory. And the problem with that is, first of all, if I'm right and I tell anybody it, then everything sets off. But
What about one person? Explain, I don't know, to Aisha the risks, and tell
she
it to her,
knows.
and if
She knows.
she knows.
She doesn't know everything, but she knows the risks. There was...
How you told her?
I didn't tell her. I skirted around it a lot more than I'm doing with you, actually. Can I come inside and do this? Because I don't feel good doing this out in the open.
Looks back at house where Hawthorne is somewhere. We can go for a walk.
Okay.
Gets coat and scarf and whatnot. Hawthorne, I'm going out. He yells to house.
You hear a distant muffled, okay.
Stay inside.
Okay.
Hawthorne drifts into the distance.
Snowy walk. Crunch, crunch.
Crunch, crunch. Aisha knows less than you do now. You're actually the one that I've told the most about this.
So we wait and see if anything happens with me. And then, if nothing does, we tell the whole team as much as you've told me. And then maybe someone will offer to go further.
The problem is, it's a slow burn. Because as much as Arthur told me, it took a while to... I don't even know if... See, that's the problem. I didn't even know if what I saw in Boston was real, and part of me felt like I was just sort of working myself up more than I needed to. But I do have a theory as to what it is, but I think after last night, I've had more than my share of theories, particularly when they pertain to the livelihoods of others.
I think if you try to fight this alone, you're going to die.
I'm not going to fight it alone.
Arthur isn't awake to help.
No, he isn't. But all of you guys are. You remember when we fought Vane?
Yes.
With you guys being there, I was able to ask her certain questions. And some of them pertained to what is currently going on. But I kind of did it in a roundabout fashion. However, there is... I basically just need to confirm what happened with certain parties.
And after that, you'll be able to tell us something?
Well, after that, I'll confirm whether or not the current theory I have is correct. But to do that,
Sorry.
Oh no, you...
No,
Henderson, all
No.
I do is talk. For once, I want to listen.
The symbols on Arthur's back
Yeah.
worry me.
Yeah. They worry me too.
I feel like you know more about them than just that they're not self-inflicted.
Honestly, that's as...
I feel like you know a whole lot about the St. Bellings that you haven't.
I don't actually know much more than that about the markings on his back, to be perfectly honest.
Okay.
Again, I have just theories.
You're just... We spent so long flying blind, not knowing at all what we were in this town to do, or what this town was, that
Yeah.
our superiors could have shared with us. And it's just happening again, but with you. And
Yeah.
if you die and Arthur dies, all that knowledge of what is going on is going to disappear. At least write it down somewhere. So.
See, that's the problem. I don't know if that knowledge disappearing is a good thing or a bad thing.
Write it. If you figure that out, write it the first page of the book, and if it's a good thing it disappears, we'll burn the book. If it's not a good thing, then we'll have someone who can recover it.
Do you want to know what really scares me about this?
What?
Particularly in light of recent events, and she kind of clutches at her stomach and abdomen. I don't want to get to the point where I'm that afraid of everything that at the slightest provocation I seriously hurt or do worse to you guys.
Is that a side effect?
It's what happened with Arthur.
That
It's
could
what he
just
did.
be-
It's what he did to me when he shot me.
That could just be Arthur. It doesn't mean you're doomed to the same path, or that there's anything supernatural about it. Because you
You're
know,
right.
some people already have panic attacks.
Yeah, I know. And she places, she tentatively, moves, a hand towards you, Henderson, and provided you don't, move away or show any sign,
He flinches away.
she, pulls back, quickly, and then just slowly lowers. The problem is, as well, the more I know, the more anyone knows, the more dangerous it gets.
What's new?
Yeah.
I feel like this. I mean, certainly the hedge beasts have killed more people than it seems like the wisps were doing. I don't know if we've actually made anything better.
Well, we've certainly put a dent in them, at least.
For now.
Yeah, for now.
They might repopulate, and they've already taken plenty of people.
They might. But they might not. And this might be our best chance to stop them. For good.
Henderson shrugs. And then we have to deal with Finnegan and
Yep.
Blood Soil and...
Yep. Carlsville just can't seem to stay safe, can it? And she's like chuckles, like part darkly, part wryly.
So I'm just saying danger is not a new variable that you're introducing to us.
No, I know, but this one is so much more immediate.
More immediate than gestures at all of you being messed up.
Yeah,
You almost died last night, and that's
I know.
further.
I'm still
further
coming to
than-
terms with that.
A slow burn danger might be
Yeah.
a change of pace.
Except those are external dangers. I don't want to reach the point where, because of this, I hurt you guys. People getting attacked by the shit we deal with normally, that I can come to terms with, but when it's in the team, and she looks at you and she is like visibly not keeping it together. I don't want to kill you guys. I want you to promise me, Henderson. Because you're stronger than you give yourself credit for. You're so much stronger, and I want this promise to come from somebody strong. I want this promise to come from somebody like you, Richard.
Swallow. Nervous.
Promise me.
Son of a bitch, Kareem.
God damn.
Sorry.
It's fine. It's fine. Promise me that if I start going down that path, promise me you'll stop me.
Yes, of course. We certainly didn't have any trouble stopping Arthur aggressively.
No.
So.
No, you didn't.
And, given Arthur's track record, maybe consider that it's possible, like Finnegan, it was possible that he may not be telling you the whole truth.
No, I know.
Some way to keep you safe or whatever.
I know. That's always been a possibility for me. All I can do is probe. And if you want, I can't directly, I'm not sure I can directly tell you guys anything. But if I ask certain things, certain questions that seem out of nowhere, or that don't necessarily seem related to the immediate problem that we're dealing with, you know why. It's the same reason I asked Vane the questions that I asked her.
I don't know what questions you asked her.
Then you are hopefully a step further separated from ever having to go through this. And she motions to all of herself.
Anderson looks at you and he's like, right now where I'm standing, the hedge beasts seem to be what the
Yeah.
largest issue in your life is right now. Don't. It's fine to tell me not to lose the far danger to the immediate danger, but don't lose sight of the immediate danger because.
Oh, I never lost sight. That's part of what, as well, of... You know when we were at the house and I was telling you guys more about what Finnegan told me in the dream? I didn't get to say everything. I've already told Aisha she knows this. Finnegan wants a truce with us, and he wants us to close the hedge portal.
We were going to do that anyways.
I know. But he's prepared to back the fuck off if it means giving us a chance of closing it.
Why does he need us to agree to that?
What was it he said? He calls the hedge beasts pests, and he talked about them as if they were in his way. I think it's a case
unless he's going to actively help us, I don't see any reason to strike a deal with him.
No. I'm not saying deals. It's more a case of he's already done it. At least for his sake, I hope he's already done it, because if he fucking hasn't, another time. But more pressing is the fact that he corroborated something that we all were already kind of guessing at. You remember when we talked with Omega last?
Yeah.
The description he gave of the person who led him back through the snowy place?
Bo.
Yeah. Finnegan basically said that we could use Omega as a guide to help us find Bo.
We will have to discuss that with the whole team around.
I know. That's why I've brought it to Aisha's attention for the next meeting. It's also why I'm telling you. I was going to tell you guys all this at the house, but pressing concerns and all that. As if that's
Nervous
an
to swallow.
excuse. As if that's an excuse. On a lighter note, how's Hawthorne doing?
I mean, spooked from last night.
I can imagine. He's okay though, yeah?
I don't know. He still plays and whatever, but I think he is trying to ignore it.
What does he know so far, if you don't mind me asking?
I've told him that not to... I mean, he went out and he saw Julia at night.
Oh, Jesus, Julia was there?
Not
makes
last
sense.
night, but in Boston when I was on the phone.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah.
Julia came to talk to him and he went out to talk to her. I've told him that she's sick and that not to listen to her anymore. You know, not to listen to Mommy. She's sick in a way that makes her body sick and her mind sick. And he remembers the monsters. He hasn't forgotten what happened at the campsite. And I've told him that we fight monsters.
So, basic details, nothing beyond what you would expect to tell a kid. Fair enough.
Oh, it's
Yeah, she like when
like he wasn't saying like Hawthorne went out to see her last night.
yeah.
Like he was saying Hawthorne went out to see her at that time, but
No, I
he
know,
wasn't
but
denying that she came by last night.
oh right, oh okay. Fair, that's because that's what I thought he was.
Yeah, no,
doing.
he
Sorry.
wasn't denying that he spoke with her last night.
Oh
no.
yeah, no, that's fine. So, I take it she came by last night to well, it's like you said, she came by to see he was okay.
Yeah, and protect him in her own way. She controls the mimics now. I don't know if it's an explicit control or it's more like an alpha wolf issues orders and they listen.
I think it's more of a they listen to their mother.
Yeah, I don't know. She does speak of them like children.
Yeah.
And there's one that apparently survived the burning that Sal and Tomo did. One child, and she calls it Rowan.
Mm.
And it has come up to me several times.
That will again tentatively try to like gently place a comforting hand on your shoulder, Henderson.
It's like you feel him, he doesn't reject it this time, but you feel him, it's just like stiff and awkward and blah.
She keeps it there. Can I roll to make him feel better with my comforting hand and general nurse?
What's the lighten spirits roll? There's a lighten spirits roll. Presence.
We've done presence persuasion.
That's
Presence
it.
persuasion.
Hey.
Yep.
Natalie's a good Natalie.
The comforting hand comforts you, Henderson. Yeah. It feels good to have Nat beside you. Hooray!
I almost feel like Nat should have the penalty to comforting Henderson because of secret shenanigans.
They talked
But-
through that though.
No, they didn't. Henderson said, "Don't talk about it," and she said, "Okay."
Yeah. Oh, I thought you meant her secret shenanigans.
No.
Right, okay.
Henderson's secrets are more important than your secrets.
Right?
I mean, it's not that much different than how I saw her before, other than her being a little more mimicky. But the mimics helped us last night.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't really want Hawthorne seeing her, but I think if I try to keep him away, it'll send her over the edge.
Yeah. No, I think that's fine. That and so long as she still listens to you and still respects the boundaries, you should be okay.
I was going to bring her to my basement, but since Liz is here now, I don't think I can. And she's waiting.
If you do ever get to, when you do get to meet with Julia again, I'd like your permission to talk to her. If that's okay.
We'll have to see when the situation arises. I don't know how stable she'll stay or
No.
when she'll next show up. To what circumstances. Am I a terrible person for sort of wishing she had died instead of this?
No. You're no more terrible than... She thinks for a moment. Did you ever have...
That pause did not
Did-
go over well with
No.
Henderson.
Did you ever have a relative that was really, really ill, and all you wanted for the longest time was just for their suffering to end by any means?
No.
Our
grandparents are still alive.
I'm not so lucky. I had my grandfather. He got liver cancer, and it was inoperable, and it spread to his spine. And for the longest time, all my parents and I could think was if only he could be spared the pain. And when he passed, it, as sad as it was something of a relief to know that he wasn't suffering anymore. And while
she's not suffering though.
I know, but while that may not necessarily 100% apply to this circumstance, it's a similar sort of principle. So no, you're not a bad person for wishing that. You're not. Okay. You're Richard Henderson. You're like one of the moral standards of this team.
I wish people would stop holding me up like that.
I wish you would think more of yourself than you do. People look to you like that because there's great things in you. There's things in you to be looked up to. Things that they don't otherwise get enough of in their own lives.
Do you want to roll an empathy, Nat?
She can, yeah.
Let me. Oh, I need to look at. This. Why not? Well, reroll.
Reroll.
Eh,
Ah!
those words are having the opposite effect of what you would like them to.
I just hope that someday you come to agree with me on that, is all.
Okay. A second conversation, Henderson, has ended with a sad, okay. Crunch, 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 walk in snow.
Yeah. So, what are you thinking of doing for Hawthorne's birthday?
I don't know. I have to make sure the people he wants to invite are still alive first.
Yeah. We'll do something about that. We'll do what we always do. We'll survive. And we'll succeed.
We'll succeed, but we've never saved everyone.
No. But that doesn't mean we should stop trying.
No. That's not really an option.
Because no, we can't save everyone, but I think the world will be a little bit darker if we, for one moment, accept that and try not to fight against that. Hell, in fact, I know that it does, because that's what happened last night. That being said, how old is Hawthorne now?
He's... Inky reminds herself, I think he's 13. He's 13.
Does he still go for, the birthday cakes that come in, like, sculpted numbers? And, like, the sponge is, like, molded to the numbers of the age?
He'd probably be more interested in a thing being sculpted than numbers.
Fair.
Spider-Man. He was into Spider-Man, haven't really. But Batman, too.
Well, we can make a team outing of it. Go visit a bakery shop and a party shop. Get things. What do you say? Not today, obviously, but we should make plans to do it.
Once we get things sorted out, yeah. But he basically begged me to have all his friends there, so I want to see what I can do about that first.
I think that's a good decision. And it's one that all of us will be on board with. And she gives you another reassuring pat. And she's gonna lift the spirits again!
Fuck you.
Fuck. The sadness is too oppressive. Like, she tries it again, and then she just kind of looks at your face, Henderson, and then she just sort of pulls back, and the smile drops.
Oh no.
Still,
Toddler made his own breakfast this morning. I should make him lunch.
Good idea. I've taken up enough of your time as it is. Thank you.
Anderson shrugs. It's of course.
Sigh, like slump of the shoulders, and move off because, oh man, that's a sad dad. And Nat desperately wants to help him, but now she can't.
It's really difficult to help him considering a lot of his problem. Or at least a lot of the problem that you could help with is just that he is in this town with his son, which isn't going to get solved.
GG, mates.
Yeah.